Hello, Honeybee U Tarot Hive. Welcome. This is the full moon in Leo reading. I have pulled oracle cards. I'm not going to read as I normally do because I do want to get into specific messages. Hopefully, I can get through all 12 sun, rising, or moon signs. You look at all of them if you want. These will not be for North Node since I just completed the North Node series. And let me just say, as I was preparing for recording today, what was coming to mind for this energy, full moon in Leo, I was thinking about how we all have an inner child and that this is a time to remember what it was like to really be free to play, to create from a very free space to make necklaces out of, macaroni, to use what you have and to use that, intrinsic human ability to create from what you not only have in front of you materialistically, but from your heart and where you are. And I was remembering how when I was in kindergarten, which was a long time ago, and I know not everyone had this kindergarten experience. I don't even know if in preschool you're able to have this much freedom and time to play. We would have playtime. And I only went to school for half a day. So this was a significant amount of time of just kind of being with your peers and learning to be with peers and share. But we had playtime, indoor playtime, where we would be free to go use any of the centers. And so each kid, based on what was inspiring to them or what was fun, went to different centers. And I remember there was a center with these big cardboard like blocks that looked like fake bricks, and people would go and build towers and little igloos and houses and things. And then there was this area where it was kind of like a kitchen area, and there were dress clothes. So I put on like this little furry thing and some fake diamond earrings, and no diamond ring, but we dressed up and we got into different roles. There was a painting center where you could go and off in the corner put on your little smock and paint. And there was no like only 5 kids over here and only 10 kids. It was like, psh, go, have fun, create, be you. And I feel like that is what is really important to understand, that we each still have an inner child that has this need to create. And being in the space that we are now, where everything has kind of been exploded, everything that we've known up to this point, and how to kind of navigate in the world, how to express yourself, make money, what are the things that are important. It's now time to go back to the beginning. Who are you? Get into your heart space. What do you want to create as your legacy? What do you want to be remembered for? How do you want to shine your light? Remember show and tell, where you could come in and bring something, maybe that you got some new thing, or you showed off a new little skill or talent that you had, or you told a story, or you read a poem, or whatever it was, like you did show and tell. Like, what do you want to bring to your show and tell? It's also a time to remember that the inner child, while the inner child is spontaneous and creative, there is also an inner teenager that says, F this shit. Like, I'm doing me. Y'all are trying to control me. Y'all are trying to tell me what to do, where to go, how to be. And I don't like it. And so I'm going to rebel, and I'm going to try on all these other, identities, all these other looks, all these other personas in order to find what fits for me. And don't even think about telling me whether you accept it or not, because if you don't, I'm going to even be louder with that. And so there's that. And so if we look at let me just pull out a couple in tarot, a couple of the cards that are Leo. So here's that, joyous, free child. Leos are ruled by the sun. Of course, our sun is in Aquarius right now, which is about community. But this child is just, free, following its bliss, having so much fun with being alive. And then we also have, so I feel like this is more of like that little inner creative, spontaneous child that's just wants to enjoy life. Like everything is magical. Everything is an opportunity to explore, create, expand, have fun, skippity doo dah. And let me look at this other one. This one reminds me, and both of them are the major arcana. So this one reminds me more of that inner teenager where, yes, we can acknowledge that part of us is there, and can be very rebellious, and says, like, I want what I want when I want it. And we, on our spiritual personal development path, need to gain some sort of peace and compassion with it in order to validate it and integrate it back into how we express ourselves out in the world, right? I mean, this beast within had to have trusted her, the spirit, right? She's wearing the white gown, in order to let her touch its mouth, right? Let alone its beautiful mane. There had to be some sense of like, I understand, what this is like for you. I'm compassionate that, yes, these are the things that you want to run and do and be free and rebel, but yet we live in a community, we live in a society, there are sort of civil, there's civility that we agree to, but you still can be you and roar and play. I mean, this is earlier on the path, and this is later. Once I kind of integrate and harness and understand this, then I'm free to shine and play and get back in touch with my heart space. So let me kind of reshuffle these a little bit while I tell you what oracle cards I drew from. I drew from the Moonology deck. I drew from, and the Moonology deck is from Yasmin Boland. I think I'm saying that right. I drew from Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron Reed, and also from Colette Baron Reed, the Spirit Animal Oracle. Again, I am not going to read from out of these books because so many cards came out, and I want to get to the tarot. Okay, so the first card from the Moonology deck, okay, balance, spirit, and practicality. Okay, check out your North Node. Look into, what are the things that are important to you? What does your higher self believe, and what is motivating from your highest self? Not necessarily religious dogma, but just what you think is moral. And balance that along with, okay, so how can I manifest that in this world? Hold your vision. Don't give up. Whatever you've been working on or thinking about, don't give up on that. Hold your vision for what is true for you in your heart. Again, I have no idea if the book says that or not. This is my interpretation. I will read one card, and I know which one it is because I was like, I wonder what that's about. Emotions are running high. Yes. This could be a time where that little inner teenager, I want what I want when I want it, starts having some temper tantrums or some kind of really feels frustrated and wants to push back, or needs to be seen. You know what I'm talking about, like needs to really be like that extra. So watch out for that. And the final card in the Moonology deck, which I will read, is Luck is on your side. So let me just read you what that says. Whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun. So I was like, okay, so fun is part of that Leonine energy. Play after a period of feeling low. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks, but be careful you don't bet the farm on something here, as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. Okay. And we got that in some of these other cards here, a nod to that. This card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up if that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if that simply means widening your worldview. Count your blessings, start a gratitude practice. You need to laugh more. This is a wonderful time to start a course of study or teaching. So if you need to go back to remind yourself of what lights you up, this is the time to start that. To start, maybe take, tap dance lessons, or maybe take a painting course, or maybe, maybe you've always wanted to be a teacher and you're trying to figure out what that would look like in the coming years. Well, maybe it's time to go back to school and get that certificate or that degree. It could be anything, as long as it's lighting your heart, it lights you up so that you feel that you're like experiencing that childlike joy. Go for it. And don't be narrow-minded, okay? Big ideas, energy of expansion, upbeat, lucky, and divine. Nothing is set in stone with Sagittarius, and optimistic energy could attract all manner of things if you tap into the energy by expecting the best, right? So you draw in what you're exuding. Okay. Now, let me have it up. From Wisdom of the Oracle, Unfinished Symphony. Okay. Still working on something here. And that just across the board could be, our community, could be you yourself. Mending. What needs to be mended? Forgiven. Healed. Expressed. Is it work that you need to do on yourself, or do you need to tidy up some relationships? Sometimes relationships will need to be let go of as you're mending your own stuff, right? Co-create is in the protection message, okay? So if you are not, I might read out this one. If you are not in a space where you're attuning to yourself and following your bliss, I think that this is a nod towards that. Let's just go ahead and look at that. Remember that you are a part of the divine, and it is no accident that you are here. It's kind of the whole purpose for Honeybee You Tarot. Honeybee You. Why? Because you are so important to what the collective ultimately is creating, is doing, is the direction that the collective is moving. And we need each of one of us to be operating at our highest, most enlightened potential to move humanity to its highest, most enlightened potential. And every single one of us matters. Every single one of us. Okay? So let's see, creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, and manifestation. Let's see why it's in the protection message. You are trying too hard to create all that you desire without the nurturing, vital force of spirit. Perhaps you are in a creative slump, suffering writer's block, facing a monumental task but unable to decide on your first step. So you just avoid doing anything. Does the word overwhelmed apply to you right now? Why do you think it all has to come down to you? Inspiration means the drawing in of divine guidance. You must tap into spirit, not simply yourself. Ask spirit for inspiration. Two minds are greater than one, so co-create with your divine partner. Reclaim your partnership with spirit. Inspiration will flow through you as soon as you get out of your own way. Okay? So if you're needy, if you're struggling, you're like, well, I don't know, what am I supposed to be doing? I can't think of it. Well, then sit still. Meditate, be quiet. Maybe what you're supposed to do is what you're doing. Maybe you are in the flow, and that is just fine. This doesn't have to be a big giant upset. It's just a reminder. Okay. And if taking a bubble is playful to you, or watching movies is how you have fun, and go for it. Okay, between worlds. Okay, we're not yet where we're going. We're no longer where we were, and so we're kind of in this in-between state, and that's a perfect time for play, right? Creativity comes out of necessity. Creativity comes out of a spontaneous sort of urge, inspiration. Creativity is sparked when we don't need certainty, when we allow ourselves to be in an uncertain place. Okay, if we need certainty, then we're going to be more rigid. And a change in the wind is in the protection position. Okay, so there is a change in the wind, obviously. And we know that. Okay. So I asked for messages of guidance or wisdom from the animal spirits. And we got trust the great mystery. Whale spirit. 65. Parrot spirit. Watch your words. Okay. I saw an acronym the other day. WAIT. W-A-I-T. Why am I talking? That's huge. To be able to stop and say and be very clear and intentional on the words that you speak, and understanding why you feel the need to say the things that you're saying. What is that about? Wait. Brown bear spirit, take time out. Okay, take time out. Sit with yourself, be with yourself, restore and rest. It's okay. That's part of, the pulling back of the arrow on the bow, creates the tension and the energy needed to push the arrow forward once it's released. So if you need to pull back so that you are restored, revitalized, ready to push forward when the time is right, then, do it. Take the lead is in reverse, or protection. Stag spirit. I love the drawing of this card. Okay, take the lead. And dog spirit, also in the protection message, be loyal to what you love. These two cards are such nods to Leo, full moon. Okay, so be leadership and being loyal to yourself. Okay, reminders to that whatever this is, whoever you are, you want to shine. Whatever you're putting out in the world, be sure that this is how you want to be seen and how you want to lead, because you will be leading people. People see you, they become inspired by you or repulsed by you or whatever it is. So be sure that what you're creating and what you're manifesting out in the world is how you want to be seen as a leader for your little world. Okay, so I'm going to put these all over here, and let's look at the tarot, and let's see. Okay, so what is the situation? We're just going to do, I don't know what we're going to do. We'll see. Okay. So the situation, Leo card wanted to pop out. What is this all about? Situation we're looking at here. Okay. Offering, Hangman, and Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. The Knight of Cups is a offering of love, of emotion, but the Knight of Cups is not real deep. Okay. It's more pomp and circumstance. It's more like showy. It's kind of, I want to say it's kind of Lance romance-ish. I'm not sure that it's there's emotion there, but it's not necessarily there's not a lot to build there with it. There's not a lot of tangible, like, okay, well, God, how can I say this? Oh, baby, I love you. Okay, well, how? I just love you. Okay, but how? Like, do you know my five love languages? Do you, how do you love yourself? What is this offer that you're bringing me? Okay. The Hanged Man. Okay. Almost two Pisces cards. This is interesting. And then the Queen of Pentacles, which I see personally as a Virgo, although I know it could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, energy, but definitely like a very nurturing, feminine energy. So I think it is about, really kind of figuring out for yourself, taking time to figure out what would feel, like I said before, what would help you to create from the heart something that is tangible. Oh, right. Spirituality. What was that card? What did that card say? Balance spirituality and practicality. Okay. What would it take? What would it look like to be able to manifest into your reality? Maybe even in a business. Okay. Something very tangible that would fulfill you, bring a sense of love, into your heart. And you may need, maybe honing your intuition. Connecting with, your intuition and your highest, wisest self, and clearing out all the chatter that's around you and the monkey mind and all of that. Let me use the heart. Again, I've intended to use these, so I already pre-shuffled. Let's get a clarifying card for this, what this situation is about. Oh, too many cards. I'm not doing that. I don't have time. You know what? I really don't. It's 27. I might have to do elements instead of all 12 signs. We'll see. Okay, can we get clarity on what? Yeah, okay. All right. This is the only card that flew out. Okay. Yeah. So at the bottom of the deck, clarity of belief, which is the Ace of Swords. Okay. Get clear on, look at him. His hand is over his heart. He's releasing the butterfly. What is a new truth, or what is a truth that needs to be expressed? What does he believe? What is true for him now, or true for this person now? And then we got seek the truth. Okay. Being truthful with yourself and others. Okay. And control. Here we are again with the strength card. Okay. It's the same as that, the strength card that I showed you earlier with the kind of taming of the lion. Take time to be with yourself, to be honest about if you are living in authenticity, if you are expressing yourself truthfully, if you're putting yourself out there in an authentic way. Are you denying anything about yourself or about a certain situation? Could be about addiction. It could be a need to clear up toxic relationships, addictions, behaviors that are just no longer serving you and getting control of that. From a higher perspective, so that you can fly free, so that you can create what it is that is important to you, that would make you feel abundant and nurtured and safe and alive and able to share your wealth, either of your heart or of your material things. I mean, we have to be who we are authentically and creatively and joyously, so that we're sharing that out there, with others, right? Okay, so what to do? Action step. Okay, again, take some time. It's a 7. Take some time to figure out what is working, what is sustainable, and what are the things that are not. See, this little pentacle has fallen off the vine. Okay, so is it time to pull up and harvest this entire thing? Is it time to, maybe just crop? Crop? Is that the word I want? No. Clip? Prune. Is it time to prune? And, continue to allow, the little prune twigs to continue to grow here? Or is it time to pull up the entire harvest and go plant in other fields? Okay. This is a choice point. So it's 7. It's a choice point. 4, personal, spiritual growth and development. No one can tell you what to do. It's a halfway point. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Wands. Okay, what do I prune away? What do I keep? What is worth saving? What needs to be composted? In order to create this joy and stability in my life. Okay, what to focus on? Oh, I'm sure we already said what to focus on. Ooh. Okay. Where did it go? Okay. 9 of Swords with Temperance. Okay. Now, if there is addiction issues here, temperance can, temperance can be speaking to that, right? Bottom of the deck is 10 of Cups. So for what to focus on? I would say temperance is also about patience. Temperance, also the card of Sagittarius. Okay, and so we have that card. If I can find it, luck is on your side. Okay, so what are the thoughts that are keeping you up at night? It's not. You don't need to worry. We need to focus on being mindful of the thoughts that are keeping us stuck or blocked, that are preventing us from moving into that very present, patient space where we're creating the alchemical the alchemical transformative what do you call it? I guess space to take what we have in front of us. Remember, like macaroni, okay? So teacher puts a bunch of pasta and macaroni down with some string and says, you know, create something for Mother's Day. Well, you're gonna make a necklace. You don't have diamonds in front of you. You've got macaroni, so you're gonna do the best that you can. Turning macaroni, pasta, food into jewels for mom for Mother's Day. I mean, you know, we're not gonna sit around and like worry about it. It is what it is. Start with where you are. Start with what you have. Right? Okay. To remind us, you know, of the rainbow, that this is always available to us. It's a promise. Okay? After the heartbreak, after difficult times. And look at the kids over here playing innocently. You know, these two know. They probably know how hard it was to achieve this, and they are joyous. These two, they don't know yet. It's just like, yeah, of course. Happy, happy. Right? Okay. What to let go of? Okay. It could be, okay, so we got Ace of Pentacles. Why would we want to let go of that, right? And the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Why would we want to let go of this? Okay, she is so focused and putting her intentions in that cup. She has created that cup from the cups that, I don't have a cup card here. Well, her cup is very special, okay? And it's what she wants and how she wants it. And she's very intent on it, okay? She can be very obsessed with it. Obsessed so that she then becomes possessed, right? With it. The coin, the material. This is about being playful. This isn't about being obsessed, possessed, so intent on what it looks like because of, no, it's being in a playful vibe. It's being in a joyful vibe. Like maybe let go of the thoughts of, well, how will I get my coin? Maybe that's the part to let go of. You can sort of know, like, okay, so I want to sing, you know, singing is fun for me and playful. Does it have to bring me money? Do I have to know how I will make a living? No. Maybe you keep your job, but you continue to sing, and who knows, maybe something happens where you take a side gig, and I mean, I don't know, but let's let go of this. or even maybe even a belief that somehow this coin is going to drop down from the sky. And it's under the 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, maybe let go of this idea that it's somehow this, you know, coin, this thing that you want to manifest is just going to appear. You know, you're going to have to be in that co-creative mode where you're taking steps, where you're taking action steps. And maybe the first action step is really just about sitting still and being clear with yourself. That's an action step. That is an action step. Oh, all right, I'll do it. Highest possible outcome. Little baby Leo wants to come out. The sun, joy, play, highest possible outcome. Highest possible outcome for the collective. Highest possible outcome. Wow. Okay. This did want to come out earlier. Okay. The Emperor. Okay. Wow, we got 7 of Swords again. That was the same thing as Seek the Truth. Okay. 7 of Swords, Emperor, 7 of Swords, highest possible outcome. 2 of Cups. Okay. 9 of Cups. And 5 of Cups. Wow, why is that the highest possible outcome? I'm going to need just a second here. Okay. Got 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay. This is not going to be, our work as a collective is not going to be without a willingness. It's not going to come without a willingness to do the hard work necessary. How we do the hard work might be the question. Are we willing to pick up that 10th wand and build something new? Is it necessary to do it all by yourself? I don't think so. I think building whatever it is going to be more of a community, you know, effort. So we've got Aries with 7 of Swords. Aries. Okay, so the Emperor is a card of Aries. This is action oriented. It's also, the Emperor is, Aries is action oriented. The Emperor is the governance, the ruler, the law, the regulations of like society, right? It's the framework. It's the leader of how we all can live with each other. We have rules, we have regulations, we have structures. Okay. This could be about your own life. This could be about how you want to structure your life, but we all are going to need to be clear and honest with ourselves and with others, so that when we come into partnership, either in personal relationships or in partnerships, business partnerships, so that we are developing authentic, equitable, honoring, balanced, respectful relationships and partnerships, where we're offering forward our best, truest selves, right? And, this is the card of like eat, drink, and be merry, enjoying the fruits of our labor. Like he went and crushed a bunch of those, whatever fell off the vine, or maybe he harvested and he smooshed it into a bunch of grapes and he's enjoying the fruits of his labor. Time for the feast. We can't stay there. There are other things in life besides hanging out at the banquet table and, eating all the foods and drinking all the drink. But it sure does feel freaking good at the time, doesn't it? To everything, there is a season. So this is a time, for feeling gratitude for the things that we have before us, the good food, the good drink, the satisfaction with, look at how confident he is. Yeah. Pretty happy, wishes fulfilled. This card can kind of have a little dark side to it, but enjoyment. Enjoy life right now with all of your senses. Okay? There are some things that are going to have to pass away. And that's okay. It's okay. You may have a 5 is change, right? And so it is absolutely important to understand that while we can feel gratitude and have enjoyment for what we have, we can also grieve for what is now no longer available to us, right? Both can exist at the same time. You know, I'm sad because life isn't the way it once was. I'm not as free as I used to be, to come and go, to meet with friends, to have people over to my house, to eat, drink, and be merry in the way that I used to do it. I need to figure out a way to restructure that. I need to figure that out, and I'm kind of sad about it. I'm kind of, I miss the good old days. But I can't afford to stay there. I have to turn around and pick these 2 cups back up at some point. Right? Okay, a potential block. And are we really already in? Let's see what time it is. I've got clients here. Okay. Okay, potential block. What could block us? Could be keeping us blocked? Or create an obstacle at this time? Just be very careful who you do come into partnership with. If it looks too good to be true, it might be. So be patient, practice the hangman. Wait until you have all of the information. There is a lot of Neptune, Piscean energy around, Neptunian. Oh, that was a big mess right there. Okay, I'm not going to take all of those. I'll take the one that is forgiveness and instinct at the bottom of the deck. Let me read these. Okay, forgiveness. Purple. Let's see. Rhonda's the rhino, okay? Look at with the little child. Rhonda's true essence lies in not harboring resentment. She transcends forgiveness because her focus is on her intention, not on her pain. Personal inquiry. This may be a time of family healing. Can I forgive myself for loving people who hurt me? Ooh. Can I forgive myself for loving people who hurt me? Key ideas: wishes fulfilled, holding onto dreams, and past wounding. Look, that's just like, oh my God. Right there. We had forgiveness somewhere up in here, somewhere in the oracle cards, I believe. Mending, right? Keywords: belonging, self-forgiveness, and fulfillment. And then instinct. Your instinct is finely tuned, so why doubt it? Your journey is guided. How can I master letting go and move on? Do I trust my inner guidance? Key ideas: solitary journey, spirit lies on the road ahead, led by spirit and following your instinct. Keywords: instinct, guides, and awakening. It really is a time for all of us to get in touch in those quiet spaces, carving out time to be still and connect. Okay. With our instincts, with the cry of the wolf or the bark of the dog that resides within when we get quiet and we can listen to that very calm voice within. I get images. Sometimes I do hear things. I'm not gonna say it, but I get images. I feel sensations. Pay attention to synchronicities. Will help you, guide you, lead you, offer you comfort and calm as we move through these challenging, changing times, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do, I need to get to my day job. So I'm going to leave this as a collective message, and then if I have time later, I will do separate messages, real quickies for each of the 12 signs. Okay, honeybee, you be patient with your process, be joyful, be forgiving of yourself, be well. And thank you so much.